This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
After a shutdown for 6 months, workers come back for a choker. 150 employees taken to the hospitals after a pesticide leak. In a little village in the state, many are still chained to the clutches of bonded labor and flogged their way to work. 40 counters are opening their doors to your tax relief. Filing IT returns for the physically challenged and senior citizens now easier. A temple at Orcott Road, many are driven by the spirits. Is the state hypocritical with its own laws? And the tuskers of the temple city are in for some refreshing shower time. Good evening, this is Headlines Now on Ndtv-Hindu. I'm Evelyn Matthew. Plenty coming your way on the bulletin, but let's also bring you the national stories making headlines. Hockey India says sexual harassment allegations made by their player are credible. It's now up to the government and police to act against MK Kaushik. Amid the political storm around him, Gujarat's Home Minister Amit Shah quits. The CBI is on their guard for an arrest, but he's still missing. Food inflation will abate to 6% by the end of the year, says the Prime Minister at the National Development Council meet. Our top story on Ndtv-Hindu today, a 6-month break, but rather a shutdown at the factories of Foxconn at Sriperumbudur have cost their employees their health. This morning, a poisonous pesticide filled the air at the factory through the air conditioner units, suffocating over 150 workers at the plant. As a result, the emergency care unit of Sri Ramachandra Medical Center was flooded with cases of respiratory symptoms like breathlessness, nausea, throat irritation and giddiness. While there were speculations of a gas leak initially, the management confirmed that they were fumigating the plant last evening after a shutdown in the last 6 months due to a decrease in production. While the affected employees were given emergency treatment and are under observation, a few have been discharged. As of now, 8 are admitted into the emergency ward. All units of Foxconn will remain closed until Sunday. Mr. Sivaswamy, a representative from Foxconn, joined us on the phone line with these details earlier.
The fact is that the factory they were working in their area is locked for past 6 months. So we have just gone for expansion and we have opened for some erections work, some maintenance work. In that in bathroom area, pesticide. We made the pest control system. In that, the pest chemical made some fumes that entered into the dust, AC duct. It enter in all the floor, and the people get swooned. And immediately we rushed to the hospital, and they have given some first aid medicines, and then the morning admitted to Ramachandra Hospital. Right now, only 8 people have admitted. Inpatient IP, 8 people are there. Actually, they have kept under observations in the emergency ward. And still now we don't know the diagnosis report, and we are waiting for the doctor's results. Doctor says that there is no any emergency. It's normal. Everything is under normal.
And our reporter Zoya Thomas has been tracking this story very closely, and she joins us now from our newsrooms. Zoya, how is the situation at the company right now? Has that leak been contained?
Well, Evelyn, the company has started a sanitizing process right now after this fateful leak. Basically, it happened after pesticides were sprayed in the toilets at the plant after a 6-month shutdown, and the pesticide that was sprayed passed through the air conditioned vents, and that is how the employees got affected. But now they are sanitizing the plant.
Have you been able to speak to the authorities? Has anybody charged the company for this leak yet?
Yes, we spoke. We went to the Sriperumbudur police station and we spoke to them, but no case has been filed yet. The employees haven't filed any case. There isn't a union exactly, but the matter is being discussed between the Foxconn management and the employees.
All right, while this fumigation was underway, it really raises the question of why these employees were not evacuated from the premises. Does it speak of the lack of safety system in place?
Definitely, it's a safety lapse. In fact, the management themselves, most of the management actually told us that it is a safety lapse on their part. The employees should have been evacuated, or they should have ensured that this kind of a leak does not happen.
All right, a rather unfortunate case there, but thanks very much, Zoya, for joining us with those details. The employee is still recuperating at the hospitals as well. Now, if you thought the idea of bonded labor is an evil of the past, that's definitely not the case in our very own state. In a little village of Tiruvallur, the villagers would beg to disagree. A total of 7 families were rescued from being bonded laborers yesterday, and all thanks goes to field workers of an NGO who alerted the authorities in good time.
Debt often pulls a common villager to the depths of bondage. 7 families of Ottikada village would know. They were bound in a year-long agreement of bondage to a brick factory owner who lent them just a few thousands of rupees, and in exchange, they were enslaved to cruel and hard labor. Their salvation came in the form of an NGO who reported the enslavement to the government officials. They were delivered from bondage, rehabilitated and sent home.
Initial rehabilitation 1,000 rupees.
These villagers were saved in what could be called a stroke of luck. But the fact is, even in this age of swift development, the evil of bonded labor looms heavily over rural India. With Kulashekaran in Tiruvallur and Christy Abraham in Chennai, this is Pratiksha for Ndtv-Hindu.
Well, a timely relief there for those families. Now, in about a week's time, the deadline to declare your income tax details will run out, but not to worry. In order to help a taxpayer like you and I overcome that usual last-minute pressure, the IT department has decided to operate additional counters, and this facility opens during the last week of July.
Last-minute rush to file income tax returns is a regular scene at the tax office. To ease the pressure, the IT department has decided to operate 40 additional counters at its main facility in Nungambakam.
That is from July 28th to 31st, we'll be having special counters. We will be having about 40 special counters and 20 help desks for people to come and, all their simple queries will be discussed there. And we'll also have special counters for physically challenged and senior citizens. Tax return payers service. This is where if you have any doubt or you want someone else to prepare your return for you, this is a paid service and you have that service available here.
Over 2.5 lakh people have filed returns from Tamil Nadu so far, among them 1.5 lakh from Chennai. It's not just individuals who come to pay their taxes. Corporate heavyweights too are filing their returns. Indian Overseas Bank tops the list. Automobile maker Hyundai, Sun TV and Cognizant are some of the other major taxpayers. Last year, as many as 4.5 lakh income tax returns were filed across the state. Of the 4.5 lakh, 2.5 lakh returns were filed in the city alone. The IT department is expecting a 4 to 6% increase in the number of filings this year. In Chennai, with Ashmit Kumar, Lokpriya, Ndtv-Hindu.
Now, the job scene in the city may not be that bad at all, it seems. A job fair in Nungambakam attracted a large number of people today. Organizers say the large turnout was probably linked to a broad range of jobs on offer for people with lesser experience and qualification.
Satya is one among the hundreds of job seekers. Like any responsible mother, she needs a job to afford essential facilities for her little kid so that its future is better. This hope drew Satya to the fair in Chennai from her rural home in Kadalur.
My husband is a driver. I have 2 years old son. குடும்பத்துல கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டம் இருக்கதால ஜாப்க்கு வந்திருக்கேன். +2 படிச்சிருக்கேன். அப்புறம் ATC கோர்ஸ் இப்பதான் கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ண அப்போலோ சென்டர்ல லைக் பேங்க் கேஷியர் நோக்கியா கம்பெனி அப்புறம் பெப்சிகோ இது மாதிரி கம்பெனில வந்திருக்கேன்.
Many like Satya came from far off places. More than 25 companies are offering over 1,000 jobs.
We have been in the education field for the last 15 years, and from our experience we find that there is a gap that exists between employable graduates and the employers. So this job fair is being organized to serve as a bridge between prospective job seekers and the job providers. We have about 25 companies that have come over here, and we are expecting around 5,000 job aspirants to turn out today and tomorrow.
Organizers say women outnumbered men at the job fair, which is open till 4:30 p.m. on Sunday. In Chennai, Bertila, Ndtv-Hindu.
Well, good news there for plenty of aspirants. Now, in what seems to be a clash of the spirits on the streets of Arcot Road, it's a clear violation of the law. A liquor store and a bar exist near a temple in Chennai's Saligramam area. A clear case of irony as well, considering the fact that under state laws, liquor outlets are banned near places of worship. So, is the state hypocritical with its laws? Here's a report.
This liquor bar on Arcot Road coexists with a temple amid a cluster of residential apartments. People in the middle-class neighborhood are helpless because the state-run liquor outlet violates the state's own laws.
கோயில் பக்கத்தில் டாஸ்மார்க் இருக்கனால மக்களுக்கும் கஷ்டமாக இருக்கும், சாமி கும்பிட்றவங்களுக்கும் கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டமாக தானே இருக்கும். அந்த ஸ்மெல்லு எத்தனை பசங்கள்லாம் போகிறாங்க வராங்க, குடிச்சிட்டு சில பேர் நிதானம் தெரியாமல் நடந்துக்கிறாங்க, படுக்கிறாங்கல்ல.
Appeals by residents to move the bar away from the temple have not had any effect on authorities, and they seem to have given up.
Government should not be concerned about generating revenue alone at the cost of the public. Because we are seeing these Tasmak shops and bars which are very detrimental to the public in general. And in particular, we see that shops are spread all across.
There is a strong feeling of discomfort, especially among women and children, as drunken customers at the bar spill onto the road.
Tamil Nadu government's order says liquor shops should be at least 50 meters away from places of worship. Here is an obvious case of violation. Will the authorities take action? In Chennai, Peer Moma for Ndtv-Hindu.
Well, along with those troublemakers, it's time for road Romeos too to beware. The next time they are found fooling around women's colleges, chances are that they may end up at the receiving end of some karate jobs. Our reporter Pratiksha joined the karate kids, or ladies rather, and learned a chop or two.
Education empowers, but these techniques can make you powerful, literally. The first-year students of Stella Maris College discovered that learning a few combat techniques is indeed empowering.
But we do face something like chain snatching and purse snatching, like that in the bus and the road, when you walk on a road and everything. And the karate program which was held here is very useful for us and quite interesting too.
It's terrible. It's like you don't respect women, and this is a way for college students to stand up, like hitting them in the solar plexus or stamping their foot. It's very simple.
This is the result of a Chennai City Police initiative. The police commandos, the fittest men in the force, have been roped in to teach karate and self-defense techniques to interested students in all the women's colleges in the city. And this program would continue over the next few weeks.
Depending on the time slot the principal is able to provide to us, we are ready to give every day also. But depends on them, what are their educational curricula, so they have to merge with that. And so that the interested persons can come forward and we can train them. And similar exercise we are going to take all the ladies' colleges. This is part of project of Safe Chennai.
School principals welcomed this move, and the police said that complaints of eve teasing have become fewer. Looks like the very threat of girls being empowered is enough to bring down the crime figures. In Chennai, Pratiksha Ramkumar for Ndtv-Hindu.
Well, hope those moves do bring in the number of cases down. Now, here's a quick look at all that's making news in Chennai today in a minute.
Customs officials say they've seized 20 kilograms of the banned drug ketamine from a traveller at the international airport in Chennai. It is said to be worth 2 crore rupees on the international market. The traveller was about to leave for Indonesia. About 500 opposition AIA-DMK members held a protest to condemn the price rise for fuel products. Led by leaders Ponniyan and Shekhar Babu, they also highlighted the negative effects of online trading. The Chennai Corporation says it registered 1,100 cases of malaria in the past 2 months in the city. It says there's also an increase in chikungunya and dengue cases. Chennai's main Coimbatore vegetable market will be shut on the last Friday of every month. The decision was reached in talks between the management and the traders, but the flower market there will operate as usual.
Well, coming up on the bulletin, the menacing slinger from Sri Lanka is out of the second test. Could this spell relief for the men in blue? Style, the jumbos of Madurai get a pampered bath spa. That's coming up in just a moment.